Hello, everyone, and welcome to our show Through the Lens of the Civil Engineer, where we talk about various things related to civil engineering and help out the young aspirants entering into this particular field. Today, we have Ms. Kavita Pai, who has worked on various projects like edible oil refinery for Bunch India Private Limited, structural audit for SECO2 Pune, and lot more. Ma'am, we would really appreciate if you could tell on your own, like, what are your achievements, what all you have worked, and yeah, something about yourself, ma'am. Over to you.
Okay, so big hi to all of you who are listening to us. I basically started um, as a because I come from a civil engineer family. My dad is a civil structural consultant himself. So for me, it was a very natural choice to go for civil engineering, and that is how I entered this field. And after my graduation and post-graduation, I worked with my to move job, and then I started working here. During my time with my dad, we were handling all sorts of RCC work, buildings, residential buildings, commercial buildings, industrial buildings. When I came to Pune, I guess um, I didn't have my own office at that time. So, uh, leaving your family business and coming alone
Hmm.
in here, uh, then I tried my hand at teaching at MIT College of Engineering here in Pune.
Okay.
So, where I'm based right now. So, there I had a I did that for a year. I love teaching, but
Hmm.
somehow consulting and practicing as a structural engineer was always something that I was wanted to be, you know. So started my own thing, started ventured into taking up projects with other consultants. So currently, I'm associated with my dad, Mr. Pradeep Deshmukh,
Okay.
and another consultant, Mr. Manohar Kanade, with whom I work as an associate consultant and then take my own work as well. As I said, I love teaching, so
Hmm.
I do go as a visiting faculty at
Okay.
Symbiosis College of Engineering, Symbiosis Institute of Technology, basically here.
Hmm.
So I teach there.
Okay.
I as I had this passion for teaching, and I always felt that there is a gap between what is taught in the academics and what is being done in the industry. I started out learn structures just recently, April 2020,
Hmm.
where I started, offering courses in structural engineers to help students bridge that gap.
Hmm.
So I do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, all sorts of things. But the core that I love doing or I am doing is the practice as a structural consultant that
Okay.
I.
Yeah, that's so great of you, ma'am. We are, so much obliged to have you today because this is our very first show with female civil engineer with us today. So we are extremely, obliged with you today. Thank you so much for telling us about yourself, ma'am. So my very first question to you is, how do you stay organized? Like being a woman, you have to manage your household. You have to, cope up with the family as well. So how did you, balance out all these work and your life responsibilities?
For that, I would say planning. Planning is very, very important. So I I usually plan my month. Based on that, I plan my week, what I need to do, and
Hmm.
then my daily planning happens. So, and in planning, it when I say I plan, obviously I plan my work, what I need to do with respect to my work. But along with that, I also plan as simple as what I need to cook for the day, or even what we need, what we plan to have during the week. So I don't bother thinking about it getting up every morning. I don't use my brain in that thing. So that is already planned for me. So I do spend a lot of time in planning what needs to be done. Then there are certain boundaries that I have set for myself. So when my daughter was in a daycare earlier, so all my clients, everybody knew that I had a deadline where I have to go and pick up my daughter. I never exceeded that time. When I had to pick her up at 4 o'clock, I was there to pick her up. So those things were clearly told to everybody. uh, I did not shy away from saying that, my daughter comes at 4 o'clock, I have to be at home to pick her up for that.
Mm.
So why not,
Yeah.
why shy away from saying that? So that was clearly said, clearly told. And even today, now me and my husband, we both manage our times in a way that one of us is available. If I have a site visit, then we make sure I have a site visit when he doesn't have a meeting schedule. So
Mm.
those things are communicated properly, even between both of us, and to my clients as well. That I can't make my visit on this particular day for maybe
Mm.
the reason that my husband is not available to pick up my daughter. I have to be there for her. And
Mm.
similarly, then when it comes to now, when I'm doing my visiting as in symbiosis, uh, it is very clear to my other clients that I'm not available on those days when I'm in college. So,
Mm.
or for even for college, they know I have a request when they plan a timetable for me that, take 2 days of the week, but don't spread out my lectures for all 5 days. So those are things that I
Mm.
communicate very clearly to tell them that these are my boundaries. I can't do anything beyond that. So,
Yeah.
one, I spend a lot of time planning and
That's
then
great.
setting up your own boundaries. I feel that is very, very important. Unless you do
Yeah.
that, then, people can call you even at 8 o'clock in the evening to tell you that this work needs to be done. But no, I don't entertain any calls after 7:30. So those
Yeah.
things are clear.
That's so great of you, ma'am. Like you are planning and you are setting an example for everyone who's watching this that planning is very much important. Once you plan the things and you go with it, that is, and you are how you are answering me. So this is giving me one of the most important point that you have to cope up with your personal life and professional life, and
Yes,
you are
yes.
managing it so beautifully.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah. So my next question to you is that what checks and balances do you use to make sure that you don't make mistakes?
Uh, Shruti, I would not say that, I don't make mistakes. Why? I mean, uh, here the focus is not about avoiding mistakes. Mistakes will happen. Uh, I mean, that is normal na, for mistakes. We can make mistakes. So, the point here is how we learn from them, how are we growing from them. So, mistakes are inevitable. So, rather than
Yeah.
saying that, okay, I'm not going to make a mistake, I'm open to the fact that yes, I can make a mistake. But
Exactly.
then when I'm doing so, then I am reviewing what went wrong, whether it was right in the planning stage that things went wrong, or maybe you plan something out in a certain way, but then there is certain other emergency, not with respect to family or anything, just work emergency, that you have to attend
Yeah.
something that is more important or which needs your attention right now, and you have to push the work further down, or so then I just review what went wrong, where it went wrong, how I can improve, uh, what I can do better the next time when such a thing occurs. So when I say that I spend a lot of time planning, at the end of the day I also note down what went fine for me? What was right that happened today? What was the one thing that I achieved today? Um, or my once I'm ticked off my list or I have not ticked off my list, what is it that I gained from it? A gratitude for that day. So that is something I review each day. And even when I plan my next week, the earlier week is again reviewed, thinking or checking, as I said, what went wrong or what went right.
Hmm.
If something is something
Uh,
that went really well in that particular week, then that is something we have to hold on to and pull it in the
hmm.
next week. But if something
Uh,
that did not go as per our plans, then that is also to be noted down, and then we
hmm.
need to, make those changes or add the few things that you learned from that mistake. So I feel no, I don't focus on. I don't want to make mistakes. I make mistakes. I learn from my mistakes. Is how
Great.
I am living right now.
That's so great. You, even if you're making mistake, you are realizing it, you are reviewing over
Yes.
it, and you are, you know, making things in a better manner, in the best manner possible the next time.
Yes,
That's great.
that is what the target is. Yes.
That's so great. Yeah. So my next and very interesting and very important question to you is that what challenges does a female civil engineer face while working? Like, this civil engineering is such a broad field. It is so much of practical work included. So what problems do you face as a female civil engineer? Even in my life, I have seen more of male civil engineers. So yeah, what do you?
Um, okay, so as I said, for me, civil engineer was a choice. It was not something that was pushed onto me because my dad was an engineer. I I would say I always wanted to be like him. At a very
Wow.
young age, I had it maybe it was just a fascination. My dad used to have those
Hmm.
meetings and all those things. Initially from home, later we had our own office. But so at a very tender age, I used to see those drawings and so there was a fascination towards what he's doing. So for me, uh, I never thought what I wanted. It was always clear to me, but it was not, people didn't take that, uh, my clarity or my certainty that I want to be a civil engineer very seriously. So, for if you say challenges, I had challenges or I was asked questions right when I was
Hmm.
choosing the field. So, though we had my dad right there, though we had the business, uh, I there was questions that are you sure you want to go for civil engineering? As you said, there is a lot of field work. So, do you
Hmm.
really want to go out in the sun like your dad does and stand there and check the things? Don't you want to sit in why don't you go for computers? Aram say
Yeah.
you can sit in the computer AC office and you can do your work. So,
Yeah.
challenges started right there. Uh, Further, when I mean, I was very certain that I want to be this. I mean, I didn't
Hmm.
know anything else. I would rather say. So for me, it was certain. It was clear. So I went ahead. I graduated. So even after doing my post graduation, I have done my MS from University of Missouri, Kansas City. So I spent 2 years there, and I came back to
Hmm.
join the business. So uh, even after my master's, when I joined my dad's firm and I was
Hmm.
working with him, people didn't take me seriously. They always felt that, I was there, I was visiting the sites, or I was going with him or with someone else to the uh, when I was designing, I was sure I wanted to visit the site and see what exactly happens there. There is always a learning process. What you do in
Hmm.
the office is what goes on in the site. There is a learning. So I wanted to take up that learning as well. But when I used to go there, or people never took me seriously. They initially thought that okay, because her dad is an engineer, he's a consultant to this
Yeah.
project, so we have to have her and entertain her, kind of thing.
Hmm.
So people, I have even you know seen people stop work and gaze at the fact that what is a female doing here. Well,
Hmm.
unless it is
Yeah.
a very, very big project, you have these ladies working as a help there, as a laborers there. But you don't see jeans and safety shoes and helmet and all those things, and she's coming to the site to check. So
Hmm.
I have also experienced things where the work has stopped and people are keep looking like, ये कहाँ से आ गई? So yeah,
Yeah.
initially, now that safety regulations are so strict now, so now you need to have your safety shoes, helmets, and all those things. Helmets are fine; they are universal. Everybody can wear it. But safety shoes was a big issue. I never found safety shoes of my size wherever I went. I used to have a lot of problem finding the right size of shoes. So obviously there was a discomfort. I was wearing a bigger safety shoes are heavy, and if
Hmm.
you're wearing a bigger size shoes, it is difficult to walk in a under
Yeah.
construction area. So that used to be, you know,
One of the biggest challenge.
yeah, that was a challenge, that why don't we have a lady, and they used to tell me, ma'am, हमारे यहाँ पे कभी आए ही नहीं है ladies, so why will we keep
Hmm.
ladies safety shoes? They were not wrong on their
Exactly.
part, but so I had a solution. I got my own safety shoes at one point, so I don't have to worry. But yeah, those are some of the challenges that I
Yeah.
faced initially.
You faced.
Now I do
Yeah.
feel that people are warming up to the fact that I do visit. Uh, I am a civil engineer. I go to sites. I do my
Hmm.
site visits and all those things. So people are warming up to that, but it will take a little longer to be completely open to
Yeah.
that fact. Yes.
But that's so great that your will and determination was there. That I have to be a civil engineer, and with your determination, you proved that no more no, no. I mean, whatever it may come, but any challenges may come, but you were so
Yes.
ready to
Yes.
face on anything. That's so great. Yeah. So my next question here only arises. So were you ever afraid of your job anytime, or you were always ready? As in,
No, I was never afraid of my job. And I would say there are two reasons. One, I prepare before I
mm,
venture into something. So I study what is going on. I uh, question my mentors if I have doubts about a certain projects. Uh, I ask a lot of questions to people who I feel will have the answers to it, or
mm,
general question myself so much that I dig out answers to it. When I am doing a particular design, say I mean a design, for example, then I'm making sure that I know what I'm doing. If I don't know,
mm,
I will take time to uh, learn and then do it.
learn about it.
So
Yeah,
my mentor, Mr. Manohar Kalade, always says that uh, it is a matter of few minutes that you move from I don't know to I know. So I do
no,
invest that time in knowing what I'm doing. And
great.
second thing I would say is that uh, I don't shy away from saying that I don't know. If there is certain
Mm,
thing that just pops up, then I don't find it wrong to say that I haven't heard of it, but I can definitely find about it. I can definitely study that and then help you understand it or implement it. So I mean this
Hmm.
particular thing comes especially while teaching. So in
Yeah.
college, when you are teaching, the younger minds have so many different ideas which doesn't come or doesn't pop in our mind. So
Hmm.
I don't feel wrong to admit in front of the entire class that, okay, I haven't heard of what you're talking about, but I have no issues in going back, reading about it. Maybe Google karo, ya reference books, refer
Hmm.
books that you have, go to the library to look up for that. So I don't, so there are these two reasons that one, I do invest time in studying that particular thing that I'm doing. And two, I am not afraid to accept something I don't know if I don't know it. So I don't know. I will check
Wow.
with um, books, mentors, guides who
Or
have
the Google.
available. Yeah, Google it. But there is no harm in doing that. So no,
Exactly.
I don't. I am not afraid of anywhere on job. I am never afraid.
Wow. That's so great. You believe in learning first and then applying it rather than doing
Yeah.
whatever I don't know and just doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there is no point doing something because someone is asking you to do it that way. No, you
Yeah.
better be convinced yourself that what you're doing is right. And then I do it. Yes.
Exactly. You don't have to do just to finish it up, but your growth and development also matters. So if you're learning and doing it,
Definitely.
that is so well and enough, good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my next question here is that what is, I mean, some of the advice which you would like to share to with young women entering into this male-dominated profession? I would rather call it a male-dominated profession because literally I have even seen more of male civil engineers rather than female civil engineers. So any advice to women or the girls entering
Uh,
into this particular field?
mm, I would advise all the young women, girls out there, just follow your heart. Uh, I believe that there is nothing that you cannot achieve once you set your mind on it and you put all your heart into it. And why should we think about doing something because I'm female civil engineer, so what can I do about it? You're an engineer, and what you can do for your profession? Stop thinking, stop being,
Yeah.
stop that gender biased in your mind first. Automatically, this will start
Hmm.
and don't think about success.
Yeah.
Think about doing your best. So
You have to just pour your mind and with all your heart you have to do because it's your profession, you have chosen it, and it's nothing like I am a female so I cannot do. Yeah,
yeah,
that's wrong because females are in every particular field
exactly.
these days. Yeah, so true. That is so great of you, ma'am. I think that's so amazing to have you with us. It was
Thank you
even
so
on
much.
my personal level, even so amazing to interact with you. Each and every answer given by you has really motivated me on a personal level. It was amazing. Like it has motivated me a lot. Whoever listens to this will definitely be inspired. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much for the opportunity that you gave to interact with so many of your viewers. So thank you very, very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am, once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you.